Welcome back to my podcast. I'm really excited to have you guys here. I hope that you have enjoyed the things that I've been teaching you, the things that I've been sharing with you. It's been really healing for me as I've gone through and looked at the things that I have been taught, looked at the things that I've been able to overcome, look at the things that I have learned, and to be able to implement them into my life. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. I'm so grateful for other people out there that were kind of that like guiding star for me, I guess, for lack of better words, that put themselves out there, who shared their success stories, that shared their learning, their growing, their journey. And it gave me so much hope and so much peace and comfort. And I have grown and learned so much through them. And I'm so grateful for it. So I hope that this is a space for you guys to do the same, for you to look at the things that I have gone through, the things that I have learned, and then implement them into your life, and to see how as you learn and as you grow and as you are connecting with your heavenly parents and as you are trusting them, that things just align for you exactly the way that it should. It's the most incredible thing that I've ever seen. And that's actually what I really wanted to focus on today, was really trusting our heavenly parents with everything that we need. It can be really, really hard to let go of control. Like, I am a recovering control freak, and I'm not very far down the path of recovering, because I still definitely want to revert back to the control. Like, I think that it's going to be safer for me if I can control and manipulate, and not like manipulate as far as like be sneaky or anything, but I know what's happening. Like, really make sure that I'm up on what's happening, and I know what's going on and stuff like that. Like, for me, it's like a false sense of security, right? Like, my mind thinks that that's secure, but really it is a false sense of security. So I have had the opportunity, and I say that it is an opportunity. I'm super grateful, but it's one of those like forced opportunities that you're like forced to take that opportunity to really not be in control. Like, I'm completely out of control of so many aspects of my life right now. Like, there are just things that I cannot control right now, and I'm learning that that's okay. That I actually don't have to fight my own battles. I give them to God, and He is fighting them in the most amazing, perfect ways that I've ever seen. I mean, he's solving problems that I had no idea how to even solve, how to even approach. Like, it was so astronomically massive for me to even think about, like, is this even something that I'm capable of? And no, it's not something that I was capable of. But God, dude, God has got this, and He is showing up in so many amazing ways. And I'm realizing that the reason that He's showing up in these incredible ways is because I am stepping out of His way. For the longest time, I have been my own biggest roadblock. I've been standing in the way. I've been trying to direct traffic, and I've been trying to control and to make sure that everything goes the way that I think that it should go. And now, again, that I've been given this opportunity, I'll put that in quotation marks, because although it is an opportunity, I am grateful for it, but it was one of those things that was just forced on me through circumstances of, going through my divorce. Like, I have no control over so many aspects of that. Splitting up the children, where the children go. Like, I really don't have any control of that. The type of parenting that my boys now get, I have no control over stuff like that. Like, I don't have any, I mean, I can complain about it, I can say stuff about it, but I have no actual control. And so I have had to really dial in on giving everything to God. Like, everything. If I have a concern or if I'm worried about something, I go straight to God, and I'm like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. Like, my heart is breaking, and I am so worried about this. I'm so worried about how this is going to affect, their future. I'm just super, super worried about them. I love And in this instance, like I'm speaking specifically about the not having control or not being able to influence, be like a big influence in my boys' life. Because when my husband and I got a divorce, we have 5 children. We have 2 older boys, and then we have 3 little girls. And we decided that the girls would stay here with me and the boys would move with their dad. And we are 12 hours apart from each other, 12 hours away from each other. And so there's not this, exchanging kids on the weekend. It's, I get to talk to them. I get to visit with them. I can FaceTime them and send emails and stuff, but there's really no like physical interactions that I get to have with them. I think it's like 2 or 3 times a year that we actually get to like see each other. Anyways, and so there's just like some changes, as a mom, like you are in charge of your children's like rearing, their education, like their like how they just everything. Like you're as a mom, you're just kind of in charge of all of that. And then to have it suddenly stripped away, and then when I do talk with them and when I do visit with them, the upbringing that they're getting is like so far from the upbringing that I was giving them, or that I thought that we had decided together to give them. It's so separate. And so there's a part of my heart that just like wants to wither up and die and just be so afraid. But you guys, the coolest thing is when I took my concerns to Heavenly Father and I just said, these are not my boys. These are your boys. And you love them. Do what you like, help them do what they need to do where they are, and help me do what I need to do where I am. But I promise you that anything that you tell me to do, I will do it. Anything that you tell me to do. And I just gave it all to God. I gave everything. I gave all of that fear, all of that worry, all of that concern, all of that anger, because there was definitely like, are you kidding me? Like, what? Like, what is happening right now? And I just gave it all to God and was like, they are your boys. They are your sons. You want them to raise up and be men of God as much or more than I do. And so I gave it all to him. And the peace that has come into my heart of letting go of that control, it has been mind-blowing, where I was so worried and I was so afraid, and my stomach was in knots, and I was trying to figure out like, how do I help them? How do I protect them? How do I teach them when I'm not there? And now I just sit back and I'm like, I was blessed with 16 and 14 years with these young men to teach them everything that I could. And I will always be connected to them because they are my children, because I carried them, and because I love them. Like, even, I think that this would even apply, say, adopted children or stepchildren. When your heart is connected to someone, you can send love to them through that heart connection. And so that's what I've done. I've just totally stepped back, and I am there to support and to love and to be that safe space for them to fall back onto. And I just trust that God has got them, that everything that they are going through, the good things, the bad things, the hard things, all of the things are shaping them to be the men that they need to be. And they have everything within them to be those men. Like, they were gifted it. They are divine sons of Heavenly Father. Like, they are created in his image with a connection. Their spirits are connected to him. And so when they decide to heal and when they decide to turn to him, they will become these incredible men of God. And so I have felt so much comfort and so much peace come from that, of just letting go of that control. And that goes, I think, with anything in our lives. When there's something that you're just like, oh, this hurts, this is painful, like, how do I fix this so that I can feel better? How do I fix this? How do I protect this person or protect myself or make sure that this doesn't happen? Whatever it is, if we can take ourselves out of the way, and if we can let God take the reins and take control of it and go and put things where they need to be, God is going to do it so much better than you or I. They're than anybody. Right? Like, so at first, after talking to my boys and kind of like just understanding a little bit more of like what's going on and stuff, like my first instinct was like, I was angry and I was like, well, how do I fix this? How do I like, who do I need to talk to make sure that like this is all taken care of? Like, what the heck? And that would have created such a mess. Like, it would have created so much drama. It would have created so much mess and so much anger and resentment, not just for me, but for the other party, right? And I'm working really hard on getting rid of anger and resentment and the need to control. Like, I'm working really hard on sinking into my feminine energy and really going to my protector provider, which is God. All right. So as a woman, if you are not in a safe relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, you go to God. He is your protector. He is your provider. So as a woman in a healthy relationship, when she is concerned or when she has issues, she would go to her spouse, right? Well, for some of us, that's not an option. So we go to God, and He is the one that takes care of it. As the masculine role in this relationship, he is the one that is going to protect, provide, and he's going to take care of the logistics of everything. And he does. You guys, it's so amazing. Like, I feel it's so fun. It has been so fun. As hard and as like as challenging or as disappointing, I think that's a better word. Like, as disappointing as it was to get a divorce, for my life to not turn out the way that I had wanted it. Like, obviously you get married and you plan on being with this person forever. You plan on raising kids together, and like, you have so many plans. And then as it starts to fall apart, then you start to think, well, maybe how can we fix this? How can we fix this? And then you just get to the point where you're like, this is super unsafe. Like, I can't keep giving of myself. At least that's how it was in my situation. Like, I couldn't keep giving of myself. Like, it was just super, super unsafe. And so I had to leave. I had to take myself out. But it has been really, really cool to replace the role that my husband had. And I mean, let's be honest, it was an unsafe situation. So he really never was the protector provider that he could have or should have been. But it's been really fun to turn that role over to my Heavenly Father and to say, these are my concerns. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what hurts. This is what I'm feeling. Please help me. And I love to journal. If you guys have never done this, if this is like completely new to you, here are some really simple, quick steps of how to do this. Or this is what I do. And this isn't like how to do it. This is how I do it, and you can adapt it to what feels right for you. So what I do is when I'm starting to feel like emotions like anger, resentment, fear, concern, worry, heartache, like whatever feelings I'm feeling, is I will take that to God. And sometimes I will journal on it and I'll be like, I'm feeling, and I write that down. And I really, really like to do that one, because as I'm writing, I'm getting it like out of my body. And it's really cool because as I'm writing, it's almost like someone is speaking to those fears. Like, if I'm writing, I feel so worried about my boys that they are having to live an adult life when they're still super young. Like, I feel really, really worried about them, or whatever it is. And then like a thought will come to my mind, I've prepared them. They're ready. This is what they need. Like, it's the coolest thing, you guys. And don't think that it's yourself talking to yourself, because it's not. All right? It's not. You're talking to yourself with the fears. The resolution is God. He is telling you what it is that you need to know. So there's a couple ways to do it. You can either meditate into it, which is just in silence, and you think about it and you just pour out your heart in your emotions, in your maybe not writing them down, but just how you're feeling. Like, I feel so sad, Heavenly Father. This is how I feel. And you just talk to Him everything that you're feeling. And then you just wait. And you will feel, your body will start to feel the emotions of love and comfort, or whatever it is that He's wanting to give you. Women's superpower is being able to feel our feelings. All right. I love being a woman. I love being a woman. I never like hated being a woman. I always like wanted to be a mom. I always wanted to be a woman. I love to get dressed up. Like, I love womanly things, but I'd always seen women as like not even less than, because my parents were a beautiful representation of how it should be. My mother was never ever less than my dad, and my dad was never less than my mom. They love each other with perfect unity. But I don't know, like it's just kind of like, oh, the man like gets to make the decisions and he gets to make the money, and then there's the wife, and while growing up it was a beautiful like symmetry, I guess. Like they were both on the same plane. After getting married, I realized, oh wow, like the wife is kind of like way down there, and I felt that. But as I is healed, as I have been healing, and as I have been stepping more into my femininity and connecting with my heavenly parents and learning more about the roles of the feminine, of the divine feminine, like what she does and how her role perfectly completes the man's role, that the man cannot become the man that he needs to be without the divine feminine at his side. Like they have to be united, they have to be together. And that's a whole different episode, and I totally am on board with doing that episode. I probably will do that soon. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful symmetry, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So the more that I've learned about this, the more that I'm like, women's gift is to do exactly what I said at the beginning. I am heart bonded to those boys that I love so much. So I don't actually have to do anything. I don't have to go and like rescue them or save them or anything. One, that would be completely inappropriate because of their age. Like they are stepping into their manhood. They need to start to be men, and they don't need a mom to come and rescue them and be their shield. Like it's their opportunity to now step out and be the men that they need to be. So if I were to try to go do something, I would actually emasculate my boys. And I would, how do I want to say this? I would prevent them from having the opportunity to step into that manhood. Does that make sense? So while a woman, she doesn't need to do anything like that, or like in my case, in my feminine energy, I don't need to go do anything. What I need to do is I need to be their mom. I need to be the safe space for them, that when they have concerns, they come to me and they say, this is what's going on. And I can just be that safe space for them to land. Right? I don't need to go rescue them. I don't need to go do anything. I just need to be this incredible, loving space for them. And I can do that because I'm a feminine woman, and because I'm healing it. I can absolutely be that safe space for them. Just be that mother that sends love, and that it's like I'm like the wind in their sail. Like I'm just behind them. I'm not anything that you see. I'm not anything that's like grand or glorious as far as like up front of what's going on. But I am there to support and to give them the permission to step into that manhood. And oh my gosh, you guys, as I have done that, as I have stepped back and just been like, you've got this. I love you. I am so proud of you. Like I pushed that towards them as much as possible because I am so proud of them. These are young men, young boys, and they are stepping into the role of a man. And I am so, so proud of them. It's incredible. And it's been amazing to watch the demeanor on their faces change, and their shoulders pull back as I say that, and the grins that come on their faces when I can say, I am so proud of the man that you are becoming. It does something to them, and that is what the feminine does for the masculine. She doesn't need to protect him from anything. What she needs to do is just let him know that she is so proud of him. And I can do that for my boys because that's what they need right now. They don't need anybody to shield them. And going back to when we submit to God, and when I say submit, I mean give him all control. All right? When I completely let go and I said, God, you've got these boys and you've got me. What do you want us to do? What do you want me to do? And he told me, as I was writing in my journal, I would write, I feel. And then right under that, I was like, I would write what he would tell me. And it was so powerful and it was so incredible because it was things like, it makes my heart so happy because I know that he keeps his promises. So I don't need to be afraid, because he would say things like, these boys, they are protected. They have everything that they need. They're strong, indomitable spirits, and they are. Oh my gosh. Um, I used to hate my oldest son's inconquerable spirit. It was so difficult to parent this child because he was so determined, and it was going to be his way or no way. And I would just pull my hair out and think, oh my gosh, we would go the rounds and we would fight and we would fight. And now I sit back and I watch him and I am like, I am so impressed with his inconquerable spirit. This boy refuses to be controlled. This boy refuses to allow abuse to happen to him. Like, it's so amazing. Like, he is standing in his own and he's standing up for himself, and I'm so proud of him. And he wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't trusting my Heavenly Father and step back. So this has been a very emotional episode for me, but because it's been so near and dear to my heart. But I want to offer you guys an opportunity to let go of control. If there's something in your life, if there's something that it just eats away at you, that you're super worried about, that you feel like you need to control it so that you can whatever, so that you can feel good about yourself, so that you can make sure that your kids are safe, so that you can get your husband to love you, like whatever it is, if you feel like you have to do this so that this will happen, that is a clear sign that you are living in control. You're trying to control it. And it's terrifying. I'm not going to pretend that it's not terrifying to let go of control. I'm not at all going to pretend like that's not a thing, because it is terrifying. But when you turn to God and let Him handle it, it will be handled in the most perfect way. The most perfect way. It may not be the way you want it to be. It may not give you the results that you think you need, but I promise you it will be the results that you do need. I promise you. I promise you. And you will always come out on top. All right? When you hand it over to God, when you let go of control, He's got you. He will never, ever disappoint you. He will never, well, I backtrack a little bit. You may be disappointed what you get, but you will see that it is the best thing for you. As you soften your heart, as you open it up, and as you say, this is what I'm dealing with, take it. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Take it. And I promise you He will. Meditate on it, journal on it, and He will answer you. Another thing that I have loved doing, and this is for my girls who love to study the scriptures, or even if you don't love to study the scriptures, but if you want God to really talk to you, here's what you do. Okay? It's the coolest thing. So I've been doing this for a couple of weeks. I've always read my scriptures. I love the stories in the scriptures, right? Like I always gain comfort from them and knowledge from them, and I just love it. But recently, here's what I've been doing, and it's been so fun, especially since I'm kind of going through this section of my life right now where I was feeling like I needed to be a certain way. I needed to do certain things for my boys. And so I really was diving in because I was just like, God, you've got to help me. I need help. So this is what I was doing. I would journal, I would write out my feelings. And so I would journal it, and then sometimes He would answer me as I'm writing, and so I would write that out too. That was always really, really cool. And then right after my journaling, I would go to my scriptures and I would hold them, and I would just say, Heavenly Father, tell me what you need me to do today. Tell me what you need me to know. And I would just grab them and just open wherever I felt like I needed to. The beginning, the middle, whatever. Sometimes I'd roll my thumb over the top, and just kind of, you'd stop. And you might think, oh, I don't know, this is my mind doing it. But it's not, you guys, I promise, because every single time I opened up and I would read the story in there, every single time, it was something that I needed. It was either, this is what you need to do, or this is how this is going to help your boys, or this is what's gonna everything, anything. It was so amazing. It was either for me or for them. Well, it was always for me, but this is what I needed to do. This is what was happening for them. This is the result of letting go of control, like the different things. And it was just so cool. It was just really, really special. And so I have learned to love submitting to my Heavenly Father, of just taking my hands off the wheel and being like, God, you've got this. I trust you implicitly with my children, implicitly with myself. Like, I know that you are going to take care of us. I know that you are more powerful and more knowing than us. Like, you know the end from the beginning. You know the beginning from the end. Like, you know what's already going to happen. And he places us in positions that we need to be in so that we can thrive. It's so cool. It is really, really cool. I've loved it. I've been so grateful and empowered, I think, is probably one of the biggest words that I would love to use. Is where before I was feeling completely powerless to help my boys, now I feel completely empowered. Completely. Yeah, we're like, I don't know, 1,200 miles apart from each other. They can't come to my house if they need a respite, right? They have to stay where they're at. But that doesn't mean that I'm powerless as their mother. I'm so powerful in my feminine energy. I send love. I send the trust that I have in them. I connect with my Heavenly Father. I let him take care of my feelings so that I can be a safe, healthy place for my boys. And it's incredibly empowering. Feminine energy is not weak. Being a woman is not weak. It is powerful. And when we learn what feminine energy really is, it's not putting on makeup and making sure the house is clean. You guys, that's just part of just being, I don't know, a human, right? Like, humans want to look nice and they want to live in nice things, right? Like, or clean places. That's just part of being a human. But feminine energy, masculine energy, when they are turned on and when they are embodied in us, and when we live in authenticity to that energy, it changes everything. The dynamics of your relationship, everything. It's incredible. Relationships between your children, relationships between friends, between parents, between spouses if you have them. It changes everything. I mean, I've witnessed the change between the relationship with my boys and I as I have stepped into my feminine energy. They are such amazing men, and I am so proud of them. And it's been really, really cool to watch them. And it's been really cool for me to watch myself as I trust my Heavenly Father enough to let go of that control. I really, really encourage and invite you to do the same thing. You don't have to control everything. You don't have to control anything. It's time to let go of that. It's so painful to try to be in control of everything. It hurts, it's scary, and nothing ever works out the way you want it to. So let go of that control. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.